Hello and welcome to the PTS. It's different, I know, but with only 3 days until Wrathstone, as of this recording, I wanted to go over what I'm going to be doing to my Magicka Nightblade, and what I'll be playing, and with what sets exactly. So, this is only going to be a very short one, but I do want to talk about race passives a little bit as well. So let's go straight to it and look what we use. So, we're still using Zan as always. That's not going to change for a long time. We've got 5-piece Mother's Sorrow. So my reasoning behind using Mother's Sorrow at the moment is I am doing a lot of Cloud Rest, +1s, +2s, and soon to be +3. So things like Sororia are not much use to me because I'm moving around a shit ton. So sets with instant like permanent buffs is much more useful. So for now, we're going to be using Mother Sorrow until I move to a different trial or something. Jewellery, still Burning Spellweave. It's always going to be Burning Spellweave Inferno, and the Jewellery makes the set. All Bloodthirsty on Jewellery, Infused on the Staff, Traits on the Armour. I know it's going backwards a bit, but anyway. As always, big pieces are Infused, and small pieces are Divines, all with Max Magicka. 5 light, 1 heavy, 1 medium. And then our back bar, as always, Maelstrom Inferno Staff. Like trait-wise, Infused, and then you want to have probably a spell damage and weapon damage glyph. But I've bounced around using both, and I can't really tell any difference in raids and out of raids, so I just stick with using shock damage for the extra just DPS it gives you. So that's gear. Alternatives, as always, Master Architect, always a solid good set, and Sororia in trials where you don't have to move around a bunch is always a solid set. But for now, with the conditions I currently do, Mother Sorrow, Burning Spellweave, it's a very easy combo to acquire well. Getting Burning Spellweave Inferno is a bit of a pain, but it's doable. Skill-wise, it's completely the same as my previous iterations. Crippling Grasp, Merciless Resolve, Elemental Weapon. This can be swapped out to any other spammable you like, although I have experimented with Entropy a little bit, which is a bad spammable, strangely. Impale, Inner Light, Fiery Rage, although this can probably go on the back bar now that they actually fixed the passives I mentioned in the last video I did, which is that the passive tooltip for Destruction Staff states you don't need to have a Destro skill slotted for the bonus, but you do. They fixed that now, thank you Zoz. Number 1, as always, the flex slot, so Shield, Elemental Drain, or if you like it, things like Accelerate, Siphoning Attacks, Twisting Path, Blockade, another copy of Inner Light, but again, a lot of players can switch this out to another skill, and Soul Harvest, and that's pretty much the skills I use. Now, the thing I really wanted to go over, and that was important, was the actual race. So, I am most likely going to be changing one of my spare mag blades into a Khajiit, because it's going to suit the requirements and the way I play quite well. So, my current spare mag blade is a Dunmer. I know a lot of people are screaming that Dunmer is actually one of the best DPS, but it has no sustain at all. I suppose it does if you use gold food, but I don't really. I've never cared for following the meta. I want to play Khajiit because it's gonna be interesting. So, the passives for Khajiit have been improved a little bit. So you now get 100 health recovery, meh, and then you get 85 flat stamina and magicka recovery. 825 health, magicka, and stamina like stats. And the one that is this is the one that's actually what is the big one. It gives 10% critical damage and critical healing, but sadly it's not as good as it used to be. I much preferred it when it was the flat crit chance. Fair enough, it was a bit overpowered, but I believe it being changed into critical damage is a bit of an overkill. Crit damage has diminishing returns the more you have, so this isn't exactly a very useful thing in raids, sadly. But that's just my thoughts. It's still very close to Outmer or Dunmer in terms of DPS. It's just, I would have preferred them to change it to, say, 5 crit chance, rather than 10 critical damage. But that's just my thoughts on what they did to this passive. Everyone's gonna have different views on it, those are just mine. But this is pretty much what I'm gonna be playing next patch. Other neat things about next patch is, gold food, or regen food, isn't gonna hurt your resources quite as much as it used to. And in general, like, with the new passive rebalance, most races are doing more damage than they were previously. So it's gonna be a fairly solid patch, except for a few questionable, passive changes I have. There's also a small CP update I've made, so we'll quickly look at that. Let me get this out of the way. So, we've now got 61 in Elfborn, 64 in Elemental Expert, 30 in Spell Erosion, 19 in Staff Expert, 56 Master at Arms, and 40 in Thaumaturge. Now, it's only slightly different to what I played previously, but it's a small update, and that's basically all this video is. It's just a quick update showing what I'm going to be playing next patch, and if anything else changes, I'll make a video when Wrathstone goes live. And, I don't know, if I feel like talking more, I may make a video discussing all of the race passives, and what I think about them, and what they're going to be best suited for. But that's just a brief look at my soon-to-be Khajiit Magblade. Thanks for watching.